version birth goes back to Osiris. I mean, fucking Isis, man. Which Isis is the Egyptian form of Semiramis. Continuing on, the ancient Egyptian symbol for plant. The ancient Egyptian symbol for plant, meaning tree of life, was 3 sacred lotus lilies. They have 3 stems curving to the left as though blown into life by the breath of who? The celestial Sphinx. And I'll put in post production that Sphinx they talking about is that fucking that bullshit with that the lion's body and the man's head. That's the Sphinx that they talking about. On top of each stem is the lotus lily, the lotus flower, which was used in ancient Egypt to represent life and resurrection. And it is from this hieroglyph that the FLEUR de lis, which is frequently found in ancient Egyptian art, traces its origin. So this FLEUR de lis goes back to ancient Egypt, man. The FLEUR de lis represents the tree of life, the glyph which denotes the sacred knowledge associated with who is also formed by the 3 stems of the 3 sacred lotus lilies. The Osiris crown, which I'll put in post-production, can be similarly considered in these terms. So what do you have right here, man? You have the crown on top of the head of Osiris is the FLEUR de lis. Following the role model of Osiris. Now let's see who's followed the role model of Osiris. In 1346 AD was during the period of the Dark Ages, or the Byzantine Empire, which was a time period that Jake ruled. Alright, Edward the Black Prince, which was a nigga, won 3 feathers at Crecy, which he adopted as his emblem. If the 3 feathers are gathered at the stems, a FLEUR de lis is created. Now I'm gonna put that in post-production, man. Now going on down here, you see Edward the Black Prince emulated Osiris in adopting 3 ostrich feathers for this emblem. So guess what? He emulated Osiris. So Edward the Black Prince was emulating Osiris. And what are these niggas emulating, man? Ancient Egypt, man. They ain't representing Israel. They representing ancient Egypt, man. Going on to the next article. Alright, this is entitled ISIS Tragedy in Music. Alright, going down to this paragraph right here. Fucking computer's slow as shit right now. In the opera, Jupiter, which was a Greco-Roman god, courts the nymph Lo, which is another Greco-Roman god. This is all talking about ancient Greece and Rome, which all this god shit goes back to Egypt, which I'm gonna read in this article right here. Alright. Angelus Juno imprisons her under the 100 watchful eyes of Argus. The god of Mercury helps Lo to escape and turns Herax, Lo's former lover, into a bird when he tries to interfere. Then Juno orders a fury to torment Lo. This is all fucking madness I'm reading, man. After a series of tortures, Lo invokes Jupiter who interferes with Juno, promising he will be faithful to her in exchange for sparing Lo. Juno then transforms Lo into the Egyptian goddess Isis. So all this shit is associated, man, with fucking satanic paganism, man. False philosophies, man. So reading on the title page for this opera, there is a lithograph illustration of the god Apollo holding a lyre and the goddess Euterpe playing a string instrument that resembles a guitar. It also depicts the fleur de lis, man. So if you're looking at the picture, hopefully you're looking at the picture in post-production, you see the fleur de lis, man. Which they telling you right there that this shit goes back. This shit is associated with paganism, man. With heathenistic customs, with the gods of the heathen. So we know, and on the background, an allegorical image, Louis the 14th, the Sun King. So this is the last and final article. Alright, this is entitled The Fleur de Lis. And in Egypt, the high priests were those dedicated to Isis, Greek rendering, or Iris, as the natives called her. It is thought the lilies of the field which adorn, and in this video all he was talking about was fucking flowers and shit, man. It is thought the lilies of the field which ordain the capitals of the columns of Egypt, in parentheses, later the early symbol of Israel. So maybe that's why these niggas trying to justify they so wearing this shit, man. Because it was the so-called later symbol of Israel, man. Which is basically bullshit, man. Because this symbol goes back to ancient Egypt, man. And on top of that, it said later, meaning it was adopted during a period of time where ordaining the capitals of the columns of Egypt were actually flowers of the iris family. This flower was adopted by the early brotherhood, meaning like Illuminati or any other so-called illuminated factions in France, and is known as the Fleur de Lis. So what did I just prove to y'all? That this symbol goes back to ancient Egypt, man. So with that, I say shalom.